Hello, hello. Nice to see you. And sorry for leaving you waiting. I was making a cup of tea. But I am here and ready to go. And I've let people know about it. So hopefully we'll have some folk join. Right. So there is much to do. Let's merge this. And yeah, and then there's some stuff. So Rigor, you're here, which is good because some of the things that I need to do are related to the issue you raised. Thank you, Tony. Have you tried it? Okay, so I'm just merging a few things for Nuxt CLI. There have been some great PRs that have been pending for just a little bit, and I need to merge them. So, running in prod. Oh dear me. It's an alpha. It's an alpha. But yes, I'm glad it is running well in prod. But at the same time, oh yes, it is my life. It is my life. The tabs. Okay. This is used in module. So would I like to migrate Nuxt to solid.js? You mean instead of using Vue? This is just Firefox. Well, you have a point. Yeah, you have a point, Punky and Jules. That's true, I guess. So we're getting there. Right. Okay. Some very nice improvements coming to Nuxt CLI, by the way. You are going to be so pleased with it if you haven't come across it. Let me just show you. So basically, if we check out the last published version, actually we can just do this with the tagged release. Did you try it, Woof? Okay, we're just going to start a new project. Okay, so create Nuxt. We're going to call this current Nuxt. And then we're going to do the same and create one for the new Nuxt. Okay, I just want to show you this. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. And no, we don't want any of those. So we're going to do another one. Actually, we should just copy it, right? So we have current Nuxt, and we're going to call it new Nuxt. And we want to find the package PR new version, which is, what was it? This is our tag. So let's just open it up. Code new Nuxt. Okay, so we've got our little workspace, and in our new Nuxt, I'm going to add a resolution. So say resolutions, Nuxt CLI is going to be Nuxt CLI nightly at that. Okay, and we're just going to install new Nuxt. Hey Q, nice to see you. I'm just wanting to prove to people that stuff is fast. Now, in order to prove that stuff is fast, I am actually just going to do this, which is going to which is basically just going to abort the Vite build. So I just want to measure how quick it is to start up. So what we're just going to do is process, we're just going to Nuxt hooks, remove all hooks. So that stops Nitro from doing anything. And then we are going to say Nuxt close. Okay. And I just want to confirm that this is going to work. We're opening that in current Nuxt and new Nuxt. So is that going to do it? So current Nuxt, Nuxt dev. Oh, it's just it's just doing nothing. So we basically want to do like await Nuxt close, and or maybe we just do it like that. So let's see, is that going to work? Just close it straight away. No, I think we probably have to just process exit. So maybe let's try that. Is that gonna kill it? Okay, we're gonna not do any of this. We're just going to log the time. So console log date now. Let's try that. Boom. Okay, so now we know how quickly Nuxt loaded. This is still the old. This is still the old one. So there should be no improvements. So what we're going to do is we're going to run. There we go. So we're going to get our date now and after. So this is fast because there's nothing in the project and it's not doing any build. But just to measure the number of milliseconds it took to start, that was 1.234. So that's really fast. Now we're going to do the same. I'm just going to grab that and paste it into new Nuxt. And we're going to go into, I think I installed the new version. Yeah. Okay. So let's try the same command. And let's just test it. So, oops. Oh, it's the same. Let's try it one more time. Okay. So let's see, was there any difference there? Let's try this. No. Pfft. Why is that? Well, this is a pain. It is faster. It's faster, particularly on Windows. I'm seeing basically about a second improvement, so I'm not quite sure why it's being so fast. Unless, anyway, it's making a huge difference. The whole point undermined by my own tests. That's crazy. That's very annoying. But it is literally exactly. Here, see this thing. This is how you know that I don't make it up. It doesn't do what I want it to do, and there you have it. So okay, now I also want to do one more thing, which is that I have been doing a few quick things with fetch DTS and H3. And we want typed URL params. So I just want to confirm that my latest changes to fetch DTS make it possible for us to have typed URL params. So I'm just going to pass the file to. I've got a lot of stuff going on. The file to the newly packed version of fetch DTS, which is there. Let's install. And hey, Daniel and Randolph, nice to see you. We have got watchers in lots of different places. So I think there are people like between Twitch and YouTube, we've got 50 of us. So there's a few folk. So feel free to say hi if you're around. Okay. So we have URL is URL, I think. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is basically say this URL is going to be omit URL search params. There we go. Beautiful. And search params is going to be typed search params from fetch DTS. Right. What's the matter here? Oh, I think we're going to have to do this somewhere else. We have type event URL. It's going to be that. So we're just going to say this. Oh, I see. That. Okay, what's the matter here? Oh. There we go. Okay. No. Happy affiliate anniversary. You know, it was marked on my calendar. Aussie boy. Hey, nice to see you, Nesta. And Martin. And Aussie boy. Yeah. Okay, I might need to come back to that. Yes. Okay. So where am I even? So I was thinking I might be able to very quickly do this fetch DTS thing, but it may be that it's just not a quick one. Okay, so I'm going to push that back for a second. We'll maybe look at it later, because what I really want to get into is the things I need to fix in Nuxt before I go much further. So I've merged a couple of things in CLI. We're hopefully almost ready to go. Test utils has again some things that we need to fix, and I think this should have, yeah, CI is finished. The size things we can ignore, and we can simply merge that and move on to Nuxt. Okay. Nice. Shame to miss you, Punky. Yeah, honestly, we have the best crew. So, okay, just going to close those things off, and then we're up to here. So this is a description of one example of basically, now this, and I think there was one that Ragara created up here somewhere. And I suspect they're a similar kind of thing, but we'll need to check what it is. And I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is. So if you have a look at this issue, actually I think I have this open in another window. Yeah. So basically, if you have a look at what's happening here, and we run our dev server, we'll see that the compatibility version is 3. Now, the compatibility version here is 3. Obito, nice to see you. Is 3 not because anything is setting it, but because we have a version of Nuxt schema which is 3, which is being used as the default Nuxt schema. And this is something that I've been meaning to change for a while. So in order to load Nuxt schema here, we load it from kit. So Nuxt kit pulls in Nuxt schema. And in fact, we have something which loads, where is it? So we resolve schema path here. So we're loading the Nuxt schema. And actually, we are loading it in from a lot of different places. But I think we need to restrict it, and this will be a performance improvement, to just the Nuxt schema that Nuxt is loading. So what we want to do is basically say URLs length is 0, and then URLs push. Is that what it already was? I think we just want Nuxt path. There we go. And we want to basically import it from that. Oh, what was it before? Path to file URL. Now I think this is probably enough to resolve it, but let's just check in our alias issue. So what we're going to do is, what was that? That was Nuxt kit load Nuxt schema. But there's also, I guess this is also another thing here. So we need to fix it here, but also we need to confirm like where is kit being loaded from, because those two things are related. So we're going to open up node modules, and we're going to open up Nuxt kit. We actually are not going to, because it's being pulled in from well, let's see if this is reproducible purely in Nuxt kit. So we're going to say 4.0.0.alpha.1, and then we're going to open that and have a look. So code node modules Nuxt kit, and we're going to pull in Nuxt path, and we're just going to say, let's try this instead. But before we do that, we just need to confirm that the problem is reproducible with yeah, it is. Okay. So it's purely reproducible in kit. So let's see if I change that, does anything change? So no, it doesn't actually. So the, which is interesting. So let's just confirm console log Nuxt path. Hey, Sean. Thank you for my happy affiliate. Thing. So I did not even, I don't, yeah, well, what am I doing? I am pulling up my Twitch dashboard to see, is it saying stuff about my affiliate anniversary? So I'm not even being told that I have an affiliate anniversary, so I don't know if you're getting some kind of automatic prompting. Okay, so this is actually pulling up Nuxt 4. So the path is right. So then the question is, why is Nuxt schema let's just confirm where this is. Well, we know this is the Nuxt 4 one. Let's see what it pops up. Okay, so you're basically, oh, and let's not log the whole alias. That's quite long. We'll just log alias dot. What was the issue? Alias. Okay, so we have, we're confirming we have got kit 4, and it's located the Nuxt 4 path. So then the question is, what is the schema path? Interesting. So it hasn't managed to resolve it. That's very weird. Because if I go here, oh, there's double file URLs. So, okay, that's clearly the issue. So it can't resolve it because we've got this Nuxt path is correct. It's already a file URL. So it shouldn't, it should just be like that. Let's try that again. That's correct. Interesting. In fact, let's do this a bit differently. Let's just fully remove this additional work, and I think this should also be fine. So, I mean, sorry, we have to remove the path to file URL. That's fine. Okay, so the issue is that we're converting what is a file URL string into okay, I'm trying to think of a safe way to do this. So here's our URL. Let's try new URL. Let's try a new URL, Nuxt path. Okay, that is correct. Now, what if it were a just a path? So I want to confirm that it is safe, basically. So we have our URL, and we also have our path. And it's also correctly resolved. So I think what we can do is say this. Like that. So I think it's safe to do this. Yeah, okay. So let's try that in Nuxt. Now we're okay. So that's either going to be a URL, in which case it's going to do nothing, or it's going to be a path, and it's going to hopefully be an absolute path and going to do nothing. So I want to see if there's anywhere else that this is occurring, because this totally could be something that is reproducible elsewhere. But okay, and we also want to check if this resolves the other problem. So this second issue here. So it's similar. So it basically thinks the environment is v3. So I never know if this is the case, obviously, because this is a guess that somebody's making about the cause. But we can confirm it by having a look at the with the same kind of debugging code that I created here. So this function will basically just log it out for us. So we can say modules log it out. So cool. So we're getting our error, but oh, this is different because it is in fact logging correctly those things. So we'll have to treat them a bit separately. So first, let's close that out and open our PR here and basically resolve module URL. Oh, I guess we should just be doing path. That's probably the issue. And then it's path to file URL. using a resolve module URL? Okay, I guess this makes sense because we're importing it. But if we know these are from can be, does from have to be URLs? Options. No, it can be strings. Okay, so I think we can short circuit this and just say resolve module URL, and then URLs is going to be array of URL or string, and we are going to just push the path in like that. And I think that should be good. So let's open back up Rogura's reproduction one more time. Hey, thank you very much. He is the GOAT. Well, both of you are the GOATs, Ossiboy and Jara. Okay, let's open up this, and we are doing some logging, and we'll just fully have to make that not TypeScript, but let's try that one more time. And that is also good. And I think that's a little bit more performant. So we are going to open a PR for this and just say fix resolve schema. So fix kit, do not directly pass file URLs to URL array. Do not double URLify file URLs. Resolving schema. Cool. I'll rebase that on the main, and thank you for I even understood that the Dutch congratulation. So this is what is resolved. And open a PR. We were wrongly converting file URLs to file URLs, meaning Nuxt schema wasn't being resolved from within the Nuxt directory. Cool. Okay, great. Now let's look at this one, which is a little bit different. As soon as that the package PR new creates a thing there, you should be able to go ahead and test it, which will just be in a second or two. And we'll get an alpha out as well later today. That's the hope. So here we go. We have an issue that we can't find module server shared. What is this module doing? Oh. That is because in the server directory, okay, this is, it's not, this isn't the case. Okay, the issue is that is an alias for the Okay. Oh, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Well, in fact, the issue is he wants to import not from the server directory, but from the app directory. So the shared folder is up here. It should be there, like in parallel to both of them. And then you should import like from shared like this. So it should be shared index. So that should work. Except that this is a server module. So like you see it's working. Actually, I'll just attach the example. So you can see how it works. Okay, whoa, what's going on here? Autofix. Oh. Haven't indeed. The cat is for some reason not here. She is, she's giving us a moment, I guess, to actually do some coding. And I guarantee you she will appear a bit later on. So, yeah. Okay, what else do we need to do? So there's some more stuff that we can do here. So deprecate top level generate option. This is a long time ago. And it's, what am I saying? Yeah, that also is a thing, but we do need to deprecate this. And so there are some more things in our schema that we should change. So if we have a look at the Nuxt schema, yes, exactly, Rigora. It is cross-importing. So what you want to do is you always want server importing from the shared directory and not the other way around. So if you need a database schema, put your database schema in shared. Even if the only thing that the Nuxt project imports from it is the type, it doesn't have to import the actual, but it means that it lives in a place which is not going to import from either of the others. Okay. There's some great things here that I'm looking forward to merging, but just trying to focus on tasks that we can achieve. Okay, so top level generate. So I think we can go ahead and do that. That is basically, so if you were to create a playground and you were to have your generate options here, these options are typed, so it have roots and exclude. And so we should just fix that in the schema here. So oops, not that schema. Okay, and basically, oh, that's weird. Oh, it's true. No, we don't want deprecate. I guess that's right. But we actually just want to set this to never, maybe. Tell me more about what you mean, Aussie boy. What do you mean? Is it possible to port Module Builder to Nuxt Core for local modules? Oh, I see what you mean. It should be possible out of the box. There should not need to be a build step. It should all be inferred from the module definition. Okay, these are already deprecated. So I wonder if we just get rid of it. And some of these other things. So these are basically flags used by Nuxt 2 that I think we can basically get rid of. So we now have the actual generate here is deprecated, but it's still providing these things at the level of yeah, that's a good solution. Okay, we have done that, but then we also have legacy generate. And I think we can go ahead and remove these. Come on. So we're looking for Nuxt options. We use prepare. It's the only one we use, and the rest are all unused. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Okay. And so we're now just going to quickly update our upgrade guide. And actually, I'll ask Copilot to do this. Would you update the upgrade guide to indicate that top level generate option is no longer available? Instead, people should configure the nitro option. Okay, and while it's doing that, there's one more thing that we want to do. So the top level pre-render thing here, which basically, I think this is a reasonable thing to do, and it would be a straightforward thing. We'll basically just do what we do with root rules. And create a what's it, like a portal, where it basically just directly maps it across to Nitro pre-render. Right. Okay, so that we'll do in a second once this PR is finished. What else is there in our option? So one thing that I think we could easily implement is well, it's not easy, and it's the separate type context. There are a couple of other issues related to it. Okay, this. This is the actual issue. So that, and let's see if there are any others. This. Okay, we're just going to link them on here for now, because ideally we want to solve all of them at the same time. So whoops, go away. Okay, so I think this is a long time ago. Okay, so for goodness sake, it's still going. I think it would have been faster to. Okay, so the actual changes that I made were these two, which are still untouched. Okay. This is not quite right. Is that accurate? It is accurate. That's incredible. Okay. I love it. Okay, this reason needs to be updated. The top level generate configuration was a holdover on Nuxt 2. We've supported Nitro Prerender for a while. Okay, seems straightforward, right? Okay, so what is this? I think we just get rid of it. But that's good. It spotted that that existed as a thing, which I did not. Well, the thing is, it's not the text writing, it's the getting the context of the project that takes the time. But I'm not unhappy. It caught the fact that this was in the docs. So we're going to create a new branch for this and basically say fix generate. So doc fix schema, remove top level generate option. And I think actually we'll make this one PR, because if we add back a top level pre-render config, then we should just be able to do this. So create portal properties, Nitro Prerender, and okay. Yeah, so this seems good. So we should now be able to say, let's see, we had a top level root rules. And we'll just do the same here. Really? That can't be the case. Okay, so basically this seems good. So what we probably want to do, root rules, is in our config we have That's runtime config. No, it is. I don't think we need to have a portal the same kind of way. So we're just going to say pre-render is that. And I don't think we need options in our resolvers anymore, but that's a separate thing. So, okay, so I think now we should be able to do cool. I would love to, I'll check that out. That looks like a fun. Okay. Now I just want to confirm that our portal properties thing is working correctly. So if I were to do something like pre-render, why is that not? Oh, we edited it in the wrong place. So it was schema here, and we want to do pre-render like that. There we go. And so now we can say pre-render roots. That's just Nuxt build playground. Oh, nice. Grand Canaria. That sounds incredible. Like, that must have been really, really nice. Did we pre-render anything? No. Did I put it in the right place? I did. So obviously it's not quite working as we expect. So, oh, because we have to set the initial resolution. So here we're resolving, and we need to do the same for pre-render. So beautiful. And now we have our Nuxt config here. Let's just do this in a module to confirm it works with stuff that we add later. So if we have a module function options Nuxt options dot pre-render. Wait, what's going on? Why? What's going on? Why is this not typed correctly? What have I done wrong here? Any. Well, let's ignore this for the moment. Prerender.roots. Beautiful. Okay, so the portal works fine. So on the initial load, it then portals any changes. So that's great. Okay, cool. So we're going to go back to the LLM again. I've just updated things, so users can now set top level pre-render instead of accessing nitro.prerender. Would you ensure the documentation? No migration is required as both are supported, but would you ensure the documentation uses top level? Okay, while that's happening, what else do we need to do? Oh yes, we're going to look at the separate type contexts in a second. Okay, what else should we cover? Any issues that you are facing? Any bugs that we should solve before the next alpha goes out? Michelle, hello. Good to see you. I think there's very little that actually needs to be updated here, so oops. Oh, it's finding it because of the Nuxt build pre-render. I think we... No, that's not right. So what should be built in? So if you don't provide a source, nothing happens. As in, it renders an empty element. Okay, I'm just going to remove the changes here to the hooks, which are just incorrect. And the upgrade change is good. We knew about it. Go away. We knew about it, so that was okay. drop our progress, or we could have a little read. Yes. Cool. And pop that up. So we're going to say feat Nuxt add new top Nuxt then schema level pre-render option for configuring. Excellent. So we're just going to push that up and just confirm, do I need to rebase? No. Okay. So we are going to open a PR that includes those two things. I would love Puya's eyes on it because deprecates Nuxt. Replaces it with pre-render, which is an alias for Nitro pre-render, much as Nuxt also has a top level type config and root rules. It will also be a place we can add Nuxt specific pre-rendering options in future. Oh, this would probably be better as a separate PR actually, because one of them is portable back and the other is not. So yeah, I would value a. Let's think about it, Rigora. So like what would, because we've talked about it before, and I can't recall all the details, but it might be worth checking the issues to see if someone had a point of view. I guess if there's no source, it should just render an image element with no source, right? It should fall back to the, probably in dev mode it should warn, maybe, or like basically the issue is which is the bigger problem, missing images or having to add the test. Like it feels like it's trying to resolve things for people. Actually, I'm going to undo this and push it. Basically, which is switch. One of them is okay. Good morning. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to basically drop back to main, migrate our changes. It's not going to work purely because of the upgrade guide. So I think we can keep the current change and basically just say pre-render. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense anyway. Okay, so why is this failing? Oh, it's fine. So this is Firefox. I put up a my Firefox options plugins and extensions. Someone asked for them the other day, so I'll just pop them there. Actually, I should put them up on my users. So CMS users. Okay, so I have Firefox, and I also have an example of editor. So I say minimal settings. Settings, yeah. So I'll do the same for Firefox and say settings. Add-ons. Cool. Okay, so that should go up on my users page in a sec. Okay, we're rerunning those. Yeah. What's this about? What's failing? Oh, it's link checker, which is something we can. It's a I don't know why. It's basically some links are failing when checked from it's a build. Okay, top level generate option. We're probably referencing generate somewhere. So let's find the type issue. Okay, so here's our branch, generate, and we're just going to run type check. Up to you, really. Firefox has its own issues, so okay. To do remove Nuxt 5. Where else is it being used? Cache. Cool. Yes, this is VS Code. Biggest issue I found with Firefox, as opposed to what? Arc? So Arc was fantastic. I loved Arc. I mean, I was very skeptical actually before initially adopting Arc. I tend to be very skeptical to start with. What are we at? can't believe this is a terrible suggestion. Suggesting moving expect error to ts ignore. Oh, I love listening to things. I mean, I'm not listening to things right now because I'm on stream, but I do. The only thing, this is so sad. So my earbuds, these are my earbuds, but I lost the charging case for them on a plane flight. And so basically they've just been sitting on my desk out of battery. I have like over-ear headphones, which I wouldn't normally use, but yeah, I've been falling back to those in my earbudless days. Good morning from Florida. Hello. Yeah. So what are Firefox's issues? So I guess there's the issues I'm thinking about are that the team is a lot limited. I think so. The pace of Firefox's development is a lot lower. So if you're looking at a Chromium-based browser like Chrome or Edge or quite a lot of others, the pace is a lot faster and the investment is a lot higher. So obviously, if you opt out, some AA batteries and some tinfoil. Promote piece of thing on stream. Yeah. I'm resisting any move towards influencerdom. That is not something I'm looking for. Yeah, I maintain Nuxt. Or I lead the team. So there's lots more maintainers than just me. Bobby, good to see you. Okay. Oh, Bobby, you're going to like this one. The next thing after these two PRs get in is separate type contexts for Nuxt. And I'm pretty sure at some point you opened a PR, which I'm not sure you closed it recently. But it was absolutely the right approach, and we need to sort of push further in that direction. So that's what we're going to do next. Oh, this is beats. These. They are very nice. And like the noise cancelling thing is super nice. I hope I get a chance to see you, Bobby, in Amsterdam in a couple of days. I'm flying in tomorrow. So basically, this is this is what we want to do. So there are a few things that we need to have a look at. I have met Dan. We've been at a... Well, that's weird. Cool. Saviv, yes, I definitely do have climbing plans. Or have lunch at Funda. On tomorrow? I switched to Firefox because Arc is not going to be maintained. So the browser company have basically said they're not planning to do ongoing development on it. Exactly. And I have also just, let's see if it's redeployed yet. I've also just pushed my Firefox, not yet, my Firefox is it still deploying? Ooh. Why is Cloudflare Pages triggering on that? That's weird. I've just migrated from Cloudflare Pages to Cloudflare Workers, so I'm not expecting that. But yes, I've just pushed up my Firefox settings to there, so it should... Oh, that's why. It's because I need to update my webhook. So my webhook for redeploying... sanity row webhook. So basically, these webhooks here, this webhook is currently pointing to... Wait, I shouldn't probably reveal this. but it's going to be changed. So basically this needs to be a new, needs to point to the workers rather than the old pages webhook. Okay, webhooks. So I just pulled it out because trigger events. No. Deployments. I'll take it in. Cloud for workers webhook. This is pages. That's surprising. I would have thought there would be a solution for this, but okay. I am going to very quickly nip to the loo. I'm going to be back in 1 minute. See you all in 1 second. I am back. Okay. Yes, this is a developer edition. Because, like, why not, right? That's the whole point. So, oh, this is a shame. I basically want to find out, how can I trigger a rebuild in workflows? Very strange. Very strange. This is so weird. I feel like there absolutely must be a solution for Cloudflare workers to trigger a rebuild on by request, right? Surely. I know, that's this is really shocking me. It just seems crazy. So Sanity lets me trigger a rebuild on changes to the CMS. Like if I update the users page, it can rebuild it. Or if my location changes. So you can see my location is currently set to be Scotland. I'm in Edinburgh. And this is automated. So every day it updates things by default. And it also does things like if there's a new event, or if the event is passed, it automatically rebuilds and removes the talk from the list. And it also rebuilds on some other stuff. So this is very, very powerful. Sanity's webhooks are incredible, really. But I don't get why I can't trigger a rebuild. Like, it just seems like a total. This is a thing that every deployment provider supports. So why is this not possible? Do you know what I mean? Like, there is something called Cloudflare workflows, but I don't think that's the same thing. So that is more like triggering things that your worker does, I think. How would I trigger it via a GitHub action? The point is, so yeah, I could make a commit basically that would trigger the GitHub action, but it feels like that should not be required. Like, you should be able to just directly. The cat has appeared. Up you come. Well, okay, we are just going to, I guess, have to manually redeploy it for now. But that's her health. She seems fine. I have like a little thing where I can give her like an injection to give her some fluid. So that is fine. But I think she's good. She's good. I bet there's an API for this to do. But for now, this is what I've done. I've just manually clicked deploy version. And I guess, I'm not even sure whether that will rebuild. It might just redeploy the version that was already built. It's a pain. It's a pain. But I can have a look at that again in a second. Why is this not? Okay, so we have a little pile of things. Now, let me see what Bobby you were doing. You're right. These changes are probably required. We're going to need to, I think, I'm going to have to wait to do this until the cat is not present. But I think your change is good. So feel free to reopen that. I might reopen it and then merge it and then do a little bit more. Does anyone have anything else that we should look at while I'm petting the cat? It looks good to me. I don't see, yeah, it looks good to me. Nice. I appreciate you tidying up that formatting. Yeah, this seems good. Yes, exactly that, Daniel. That's what I do. So previously with Cloudflare Pages, I set Nitro preset to Cloudflare Pages. Now I've set Cloudflare module in the environment, and it's perfect because it lets you have the same project deployed in two different ways. And also, it shouldn't be something you have to commit in your code, because where you're deploying, you should be able to have a single site with the same code base deployed to Vercel, Netlify, Cloudflare, Pages, Cloudflare module, like Cloudflare workers, whatever. It should all be working. Yeah, rigor, I think it is. Alex has been doing some testing with it, and even has a PR to make it. It's basically at the moment, because there's some options that Rolldown doesn't yet support, which Nuxt uses, for example, for inline styles creation. So as a result, Rolldown throws an error unless you set the loose option, which lets you pass options it doesn't support. But you have to do that, but it should work fine. Yeah, no need to commit a Wrangler file either. You can just set, like, there's an option you pass to Nitro that will generate the Wrangler file as required, and you can set any Cloudflare options you want in the config. Okay, so that's nice. Oh, should be sitting on control, which is why we have several pull requests. This is not true. Okay, fire away. Where can I find them? Are you Damien? Dijmian. Is this you? I didn't realize that. That's so funny. Okay, so my question was this. The GitHub action says that it should be base.ref. I don't know if that's right. So it's proposing this. Okay. So you think it's just fine. But the other thing is, which we need to think about the labels for 3.x and 4.x, because I want all PRs to be made against the main branch, which doesn't mean it's a 4.x PR. So I think basically breaking changes should not be labeled 4.x, and the only things that should be are specifically 4.x, 3.x things. So that, like, I'm just wondering whether we should in fact have a 3.x, 4.x labels assigned automatically, because I think they probably can't be assigned automatically. I think it is purely a like a semantic thing. Like issues, for example. Do you know what I mean? So I think maybe we just remove the automatic labeling entirely. Yeah, you can probably do that, but it shouldn't be required. Daniel, you might need to set your Nitro preset, your compatibility date to a newer version. So if you check out Nitro build and you have a look at the Cloudflare config, it should tell you. This worked fine for me before I did this, but I think you probably. There you go. You need a Nitro compatibility date set to this or later. So just confirm that you Okay, well, so that's probably not the issue then. But it worked fine for me when I swapped across without needing to configure it. I did configure it later, the deploy config, but I didn't do that initially, and it was fine. So yeah, I saw that one as well. So about that, the defaults. It shouldn't be. So the issue is that okay, is this only true in 3.x? Because actually I think it's not based on isv4 at all. If the error value is assigned, then it should just be so my question about this is these defaults, I guess, are going away in version 4. So they only allowed you to set it in version 3 when you were running it. So I think they don't exist because basically the value of setting this globally is limited and adds a lot of complexity, particularly at the type level. So I think we have to update that slightly. The other thing is, I guess it is a string. So I should get, so in other words, I think it shouldn't be tested on v4. So it should just be that value, right? So why are we testing it on is v4? Because I don't think, I think if you're setting error value, that should be, so let's have a look at the actual code. So in 3.x, so error value is resolved to be undefined or null. So I think we can drop the isv4 totally. So this is barley, and I'm actually I have something to do, but I have to really wait until she's off the keyboard. So I think we should just be able to do this. But bear in mind, this should be, it's a string, right? So that shouldn't change. And then these should just be the value here. And then that defers back to the whatever the resolution is in the schema. Can you just send a link to the actual project? Oh, the reason I changed it, Damien, is because it wasn't relevant to the change. So I tried to keep it limited, and also I have noticed that there are issues sometimes with things like that. So it's always better to be explicit. So sometimes, for example, you're expecting something to be like an empty string, but it ends up written out as undefined or similar. So I mean, you're absolutely right that basically if you do something like undefined, it's going to log as undefined, and null, it's going to log as null. But there are situations where that might not be the case. So it's I always like being explicit in these cases, and actually using the string literals is as explicit as it gets. So it's disallowed by the types. So why can I not? Okay, the cat is over here. So I'm going to see if I can now progress with Bobby's PR. And we'll move this one as well. Merge this one. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and remove the CI branch label workflow. But Daniel, what I'm saying is I did enable them now, but it worked fine before I enabled them. So if you have a look at my commits, so it's like this adds some Cloudflare settings. Do you see? This is where I added them. But before that, it was still working. So it's not the issue. I mean, it doesn't hurt to enable them, but it's not the cause. Bobby, I think this is a great feature. I think it's even worth maybe a top-level define flag in Nuxt. Because it's true. Like at the moment, we do this in a couple of different kinds of ways. Yeah, exactly. So I think this could be a feature in Nuxt. I would be happy with that. But bear in mind, there are also different contexts. So there's like the Nuxt context, and then there's also the Nitro context. And so it's probably worth, and then there's also the Vite server and also the Vite client. So you might want to have different values for these different contexts. So that's the only observation I would set. I know you're aware of it. But I'm just saying it would be nice, that would maybe nice to reflect in the config so that someone could simply, or maybe it's a kit utility. and basically they could have like an options object where they can say, you know, which context it applies to. But I think it would be it's a great, it would be a really nice feature, I think, in Nuxt core if you want to open it. Cool. Where are we going? So we have the separate type contexts. We'll go ahead and merge that. The issue here is null. So I think basically all that you need to do is add null as another option, like it's void or false. But so you could do something like, I don't know, void probably wouldn't work. But this is the issue, because it returns either window or. But the more of the issue is I'm worried that it will just give people a lot of they would need to check it, like check what it is. So at the moment it could be a navigation failure, which is that an error? A navigation failure is it's a kind of error. So it could be an error, it could be false, it could be a lot of things. So like to fix that particular issue is very possible, but then I wonder if there was actually going to be issues elsewhere in the code base, because now it's returning something else. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. If I said void or undefined. SQLite should work fine with workers. trying to get the commit length short is the difficult piece, isn't it? Okay, return window. Why are these not running? I have not made my keyboard louder. It is the same level of loudness. But okay, we can go ahead with this. So yeah, so let's dive in and fix this, which I think is one. Oh, did you close it again? No, it's reopened, right? Yeah. So there are a couple of things here. Well, that's obviously an issue. It's probably because it's this, I think, is the issue. So that's almost certainly not correct. Let's try this. Okay. Let's see if it's reproducible locally when stuff is merged, because it might also be not related to this change. But basically the root directory should not be set here. This should just be like if we need to set it, we set it when we're configuring Nitro up here. So I don't think we want to change the root directory. Oh, I guess is your point that if we don't do that, it ends up getting included. So okay, I see why you might have done that, but actually I think it works fine even with your change. I'm going to do a quick check. Right. Okay, so the first thing is, okay, so we are going to create, I think, so first up, I want to go ahead, I think we can go ahead and merge your PR, but we need to, let's just make it, or we can maybe work on the PR, basically from here. I'll go ahead and push. Okay, so it's just changing this. So why are we setting a root directory? Like what does that do in Nitro? Okay. Okay, let's just take this as a starting point. So we have our playground here, and maybe it's time. Oh, this is Nitro. So we have our playground, and let's just migrate this to the new format. So we're going to create app. There we go, and do that on the main branch, and we're basically going to work. So chore. Migrate playground to new directory format. And we can probably also do this with the test fixtures, probably. So we can look for Nuxt config files and update them. So we're going to create an app, and we're going to move assets, components, composables, layouts, middleware, utils into app. And I think we're also going to need to do app. There we go. And let's do the same for basic types. So we have app pages, components, layouts, middleware, plugins. And we also have app config. Let's just see. Okay. Okay, what's going wrong here? So, basic types, and our Nuxt config file refers to, yeah, extends, that's fine. Modules, test modules example. Okay, oh wait. Val has any type, which is there. Yeah, our modules basically. That's weird. What's going on? Breaks server.client. Oh, it updated everything. So this is VS Code being a pain. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Okay. You want to come back? You basically want a diff that is almost very minimal. I did not configure anything manually. It was all totally out of the box. I didn't configure anything. So I just created a new Cloudflare Workers project, pointed it at Nuxt, and it just worked. Okay. What is it? Yeah. What do you want? You want cuddles? The biggest pain point of the migration was just migrating all my environment variables across, because there's no easy way to do it, and they've missed out the nice DX of just copying and pasting. So it was a total pain, but it migrated, like, because you're manually clicking and copying and paste, copy and paste and copy and paste. It was awful, but hopefully it only needs to be done once, right? The rebase alias basically pulls the latest version of the main branch and then rebases all the change on the branch I'm working on off of the latest version of the main branch. Yes, you have to set up domains on the new project, and annoyingly, you have to delete the existing DNS entry and then create it. So there's a moment when your site is not reachable. So yeah, Cloudflare basically constantly bewilders me because it has such great infrastructure and such terrible developer experience. Like, I do not understand. Like, it feels like this should be a top priority in terms of, because it wouldn't, I don't think it would be that difficult to do if you're just, if it was a priority, you know. It feels like there's just other priorities. And I know there are people who care about this. It's not like nobody cares about it, but overall the experience is not wonderful. Right. Okay, that's all good. Well, remaking your project is what they say you should do. So I don't know how you were trying to do it other than that. But that is, they have a migration guide. I don't know if you saw the migration guide, but the migration guide involves creating a new project. I didn't know it was even possible to just change the type of a project. Oh, you were probably just trying to use the workers preset on a Cloudflare Pages project, but there's a lot more that is different between Pages and workers. You can't use the Cloudflare workers preset in a Pages project. It just won't work. Like, it has to be a new project, because it's a different thing as far as they're concerned. They're just assuming it. So they basically have a worker project or Pages project. So they are different things. And so when you're reading it through it, I think they're describing how to, like at the end, they say you can delete your old project. See? You can delete your Pages project. So as far as they are concerned, you create a new workers project, and then you migrate it, and then you delete your Pages project at the end. So they're not the same thing. I'm not blaming you, by the way, but I think, as we all agree, the DX here is not wonderful. Okay, opening Carpenter, and we are going to, what are we going to do? Let's see what happens. We're going to try Copilot creating this solution. Oh no, that is it. So basically, here we have it. Really? That good, eh? For goodness sake. Da, 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 da. I think it might be fine with this one because all the context is in this particular repo. But this is actually my first time trying it, so we'll see. Yeah, I thought this would cause type issues. So basically, the issues that the fact that a window is returned is not compatible with navigation guards, I think. So it will probably. Okay, so we're going to, okay, so that's, did I push it? Did I? No, I didn't create the pull request, did I? Hey, good to see you. Actually, there are a few more. We have some tests. Yeah. Okay, I am starting to get hungry. So I'm going to go and get myself a cup of tea and a yogurt, or maybe soup, and I will come back. So don't go anywhere. I will see you in a second. I'm back. And yes, Bobby, I was just about to say H3 beta is out. It's, oh, that was the pre-release. But yes, h3.dev, check out. I need to go from the GitHub link. Yep, it is a big, amazing deal. Check out these benchmarks if you haven't seen them. It's now 5 times faster on Node and over 156 times faster on Dino. We have fetch TTS, which obviously is something I've been working on, and lots more. The fact that stuff is typed responses. Okay, I think we now have a reviewable PR. So let's see what's happening. Oh, for goodness sake, it's created a package lock. Yeah, this seems fine, but oh. Yeah, I absolutely am. So yeah. In fact, in the H3 beta, which Puya didn't mention here, but it does contain some work I did yesterday on exactly that. So that the, yeah, so there is now a defined validated, yeah, no, I don't want them. Oh, it's horrific, isn't it? I've absolutely seen those too. Sometimes though, they're coming from users, or sometimes they're from like a reproduction repo, and it's very hard to spot what the real issue is. Okay. Oh, but I should definitely go on Blue Sky and amplify that announcement because it is super cool. Right, what's next? Right, so we're back on, so the playground refactor hopefully is about to be, oh, there's a lot of stuff happening, so, but we'll work on this branch. So basically, if we have a playground, say we have our basic types playground, let's create a tsconfig file that is of the kind that we want. So we want to have a tsconfig, where do I say it? Here. So my website, for example. Daniel, good to see you. Okay, so we're going to basically extend this with references. And we want our test here to be this, I think. So Nuxt 5 indeed. Okay, so interesting. Are we finding errors? Is it built? Yeah, it is built. So, what kind of error? Oh, it's because the types here is needs to be inside the app, right? So maybe not. Hey, Foji, nice to see you. Okay, a lot better. Yeah, you can see the context and a test. Yeah, well, it's difficult to think of what could actually be tested. This is one of the problems with this project, that like this, how do you test that? It's just pretty obvious, right? Okay, let's have a look at some other stuff. So hopefully that will make things a little bit better. Right, okay, so here we are. Why? Oh, we basically, I think, need a separate I'm trying to see what the issue is here. So okay, let's see what the bug is here. So presumably the issue is the right. So our tsconfig server is the problem. So we had skip loop check, which is true. Let's see if that affects anything in terms of number of errors. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's definitely something we want to add anyway. The other thing is that we have probably the entirety of the root directory being included, which is not something we want. And that is what, so the question is, can we exclude it simply by doing this? Then we don't have to modify the root directory. Yes. Oh, but that excludes everything. What we want is to exclude app. Well, we want to exclude everything but server. Okay, so let's figure out how to remove it. So we have nitro, which is somewhere we have write types. Okay. Okay, so we're basically having an include somewhere, which includes the root directory. Okay, so yeah, we probably could do that. So I think what we want to do is to have a look at okay, so we're doing this. This is a tricky one. Okay. Yeah, this is basically generating a better tsconfig and having separate TypeScript projects. So I'd like to basically do this. So we have a tsconfig.json. We also have a tsconfig.node.json. And so we probably want to do this. So we're going to generate our node config, which basically just is a subset of what we make available, which just covers like the Nuxt config file and other configuration files. And that those 3 TypeScript configs should cover the 3 sort of spheres, contexts that Nuxt projects might be in. Now the main issue here that we're facing is that, okay, we will do this as well. The main issue I'm facing is that I want to work on several branches at once, so I might just rebase it. So So here we have our updated tsconfig. We need to create our tsconfig.node.json, which we're going to do in write types. So we're going to node tsconfig path. Okay, and we are going to write that as well. And we're going to generate that as well in generate types. So makes sense to be in the same place. And so we basically need to return that here. So where do we define the tsconfig? We're going to define our node tsconfig in the same place. Okay. Now our TypeScript has a couple of options. It has tsconfig. And we're going to have some base options. We might add Oops. This has to go in schema. There we go. Okay. So we're now going to have our default options. We're going to grab everything from here, and we are just going to pop that in. And we're going to remove the stuff that is wrong, because there's probably quite a lot that is. Okay, so this is all about Jitty and the node. This describes the environment where we load and modules. Okay, just to give you a heads up, I'm going to be off at 3, so in 5 minutes. And afterwards, I'll come back and we can have a look at this again. So dropping that, and okay. And our include and exclude is going to be different. So we are going to need to explicitly set, let's go to the parent directory and do dev prepare. Sorry, Harish, I will, there's a lot to say basically. So next time I'm more happy to answer that, but if you have any particular questions, that would be really good to know, to make sure I can actually provide something that's useful. Okay, so we're going to call a hook as well, and we're passing tsconfig, so we're also going to pass node tsconfig. And we're going to need to update the prepare types hook for it. And basically, we need a lesser alias. So when Jitty uses load config, load Nuxt config, we basically have a couple of aliases that we support. So we support where are we doing this? No, I think we do it when we create Jitty. And I'm sure we somewhere support aliases in Jitty, but as in modules. But somehow we do it, somewhere we do it in Nuxt itself. I'll have to look at that in a sec. Okay, I must go. I'm so sorry to disappear, particularly, hey Fluffy Panda, nice to see you. I'm going to be on a call with someone else for a few minutes. I'll come back. So if you get Twitch notifications or something like that, I will reappear. I will look forward to catching up with everybody then. In the meantime, let's see if there's a useful stream that I can drop everybody into. It's been fun to chat, so I hope it's been fun for you as well. Primogen, Tej, and then some other people. How about Tej? I think related to Primogen. Okay. Oops. Let's find chat and raid. But yeah, thank you everyone. And I will look forward to catching up with you either today, later, or another time. But yeah, let's go and raid.